Rapper Trugoy the Dove, a founding member of the Long Island hip-hop group De La Soul, has died. Born David Jolicoeur in Brooklyn, Trugoy grew up in Amityville, where he met the other two members of De La Soul. The group was part of the hip-hop tribute at the Grammy Awards last week, but Trugoy was not on stage with them. CBS News reporting congestive heart failure, but the cause of death has not been revealed. He was 54 years old.
Yeah, so definitely we want to extend our condolences. I want to say rest in peace, Trugoy, definitely a hip-hop legend and pioneer in his own right. David Jude Jolicoeur, I believe his name was, born September 21st, 1968, passed away, unfortunately, February the 12th, 2023. We're about to kick off a new week, so this was closing the weekend. Definitely some sad news for the hip-hop community. He was 1/3 of the group De La Soul, who a lot of people will be familiar with, and one of the co-founders and stuff. So definitely a huge icon in the hip-hop game, and he will be missed. We've seen an abundance of tributes and RIPs from Chuck D and, you know, a whole bunch of people. Like, everybody's definitely caught up with this one, man.
Man, you know how many times we didn't did the same segments about people dying. It's like it's evident to happen. We all gonna do it. We all gonna go through it. But I don't know, just the timing of it. But De La Soul. What can I say about De La Soul? De La Soul had set an era to where even in LA, you know, niggas used to be gangbanging and fights, and when you see a crowd gathering. But De La Soul somewhat turned it to where the beefs turned into dancing and pluck one, pluck two, pluck one. That used to be my shit. But they had to, you know, the high top fade with the twist on one side and the high top on the other. You know, they was original. It was definitely original. They group is original, you know, to make gangbangers and people from the street turn into the daisy age. And, you know, in LA, for all these LAers out there, they used to, I don't know how old y'all are, y'all probably young Thundercats, but I remember there used to be a club on Crenshaw, Manchester, called Joshua's. And I can recall being in Joshua's, and the gangbangers used to be out there popping. I'm talking about gangbanging at its all-time high. And then you would have the cats that would be dancing and doing a little dancing and battling each other and all that, the daisy age and all that. I remember the gangbangers used to not even sweat these type of dudes because they'd be like, oh, cuz, or all blood, y'all niggas some bumper heads. That's what they used to call, like, you know what I'm saying, the guys with the big jeans, and you used to wear the suspenders and just, you know, basically doing you and being who you want to be without having, you know, and it was acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Even during the gangster time, you know, De La Soul was they was a group that definitely needed to show homage to. You know what I mean? But it's a shame that, you know, that he passed. It's you know, so rest in pieces to him too. You know.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, as we said, we're looking at, you know, hip hop's 50th anniversary that's been recently celebrated. So we definitely include De La Soul in that. We've seen so many hip hop conversations recently from, you know, top rappers and stuff like that. And, you know, just as you said, even in terms of being iconic and coming with a whole different style and flavor, that's definitely something De La Soul known for. And just, you know, the vibrancy and just kind of being not like hip hop hippies in a sense, you know, kind of having.
No, they were. No, they were hip hop hippies. That's what they was.
Having a different essence about them. And, you know, I mean, Trugoy, he was born in Brooklyn, they say, to Haitian American parents, but grew up in Long Island. And, you know, they were friends and all stuff coming up. They formed a rap group. They had an eccentric style and fashion, but they also was known for kicking like positive messages and stuff throughout their music. And, you know, a lot of people recognize him for verses and stuff like that. You know, they know he definitely stood out within the group. And it's kind of crazy because recently he was been reported that they had been through such a legal battle over the years just to get back some rights to their music and stuff like that, and that had been something that had been ongoing for some years, like them getting back like their masters and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. You know, that goes on in the game, but you know, I feel like the story is it hit home with me because even though, like I said, I'm from LA, when I do go to New York and I chill in New York, and when I chill in New York, I chill in New York for months and a year or two at a time. That's where I was in Long Island. So big up to Long Island, Freeport, Roosevelt, Massapequa, what's all the other shit? Levittown, all that, you know what I mean? Hempstead, Crime Dance. For all you real New York niggas out there, I know y'all be like, how does this nigga know about Crime Dance? It's called Wine Dance. You know what I'm saying? That's where Rakim is from. You know what I mean? I somewhat grew up in Long Island, so big up to all the people from Long Island. But you know, De La Soul was also known for pissing off Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Tupac felt like De La Soul had dissed him in one of their little videos, and so on Machiavelli, you know what I'm saying, he mentioned and shot them out and had something to say, but it was all a big misunderstanding. You know, Pac was hot-headed, but they wasn't afraid to express themselves to Tupac and tell him what was up. So I respected them for that too. You know, so it's a sad thing, man, how people be losing their life or just, you never know what they be going through. But, you know, it's a sad thing, man. Big up to rap. Rap has lost some more greats.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. And they say, you know, conspicuous by his absence, he was unable to partake in the Grammys performance and stuff. So obviously, you know, he had been experiencing some health issues and stuff. We seen another tweet coming from Be Real from Cypress Hill saying, we lost another legend of hip hop music and culture. My brother Trugoy, aka Dave of De La Soul. His music will allow him to live in our hearts and minds as he was gone. But not only was he a great musician, but he was a great human being. He meant a lot to us.
Yeah, you know, for some reason, I don't, maybe it's just me, but I don't see, like, we know we all getting older. We know that. But it just don't seem like our genre of music, it don't seem like it's old like our parents had, like the Shy Lights and, you know, the Delphonics and Stylistics and all that. They seem old to me, you know what I mean? But our genre of music it's always been so young, and you know, we see each other when we were barely had mustaches and hair on our face, and then you turn around and it seemed like, where did all the time go? You know, we look around and you see people with gray in their beard and all that type of shit. We getting older, but you know, it seemed like hip hop is still pure in its rawest form, even being commercialized, and we don't own the majority of it, but still, it's like, you know, it's just crazy to see people. So that's why when you hear, like, you know, brother passing, it be seeming strange to you. You know what I mean? Because it just like, it seems strange. It seems like we'll live forever. It seems like we'll always be young forever. You know, I know Pastor Noose and them is taking it bad, because, you know, they was all on Buddy, the song Buddy and all that. That's what I really remember them. And the other song they had with the Rick James sample in it. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I know they taking it hard, but you know, it's a circle of life that we all go through.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We definitely want to extend our condolences to his family, friends, and fans. He'll be widely remembered for his accomplishments and celebrated continually. Hopefully, you know, they get his family right with some of his, you know, royalties and residuals and stuff like that. Especially like recently, they've been battling to get those back into their own hands. So, you know, hopefully that can go into the hands of his family and stuff like that as well. You know,
I don't understand why we have to keep going through that. You know, I heard somebody say, I forget who it was, but they was like, why do you have to fight for something that you created? Why do we have to keep battling with people and companies on something that you created? It's your shit.
Well, I mean, you created what? You created the product of let's say your music and stuff like that, but they create the system around it. So you're battling with them for not even for your creation, but for what they how they operate and control it within the system.
If they made their money off of whatever they gave to you, whatever they gave to you, you're supposed to recoup it. I feel like if you recouped, that's your shit. Let people have their stuff. Let people own their masters. At the end of the day, how come I have to create something and it's great to the world, but I have to fight at the end of the day to get my pieces? Nobody was there when I was in the studio writing it. You know what I'm saying? And creating it. It's only after it's created and it's put out to the world. Okay, I understand that the trademarks, all the bullshit. But at the end of the day, they should let artists have their stuff, man.
Oh no, definitely. We agree, man. And you know, as we say, De La Soul, they had to fight for even, you know, a very long time and stuff like that. Subsequently, even for this to be coming about now. So it's like, you know, we want to be seeing these artists get honored, not just like in a fictitious sense. They deserve definitely the residuals and the payment and stuff for the work and stuff they've produced. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of times I think the way the industry is, they think people are happy with just getting the notoriety and stuff like that as well. But everybody got bills to pay, man.
People got bills to pay, and they know because they got bills to pay. Just like me. It ain't no way in hell that I'm on a monumental album with Eazy-E, his last recordings, Impact of a Legend, and I'm still fighting to get my money. I'm still emailing and trying to call and coming under deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to chase these people down and corner them up for them to even pay you something that's owed to you. You know, and it's terrible. You know, I've been going through this battle with Eazy-E's State and Tamika Wright and all of this. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to hide, but they got bills. They paying their bills. What they don't think that other people have their bills to pay. Give me my little money, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm still mad about that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's definitely something that we know will take its toll on any kind of creative and an artist. And you know, we can't say even just in terms of De La Soul stuff, how it didn't, even in that aspect, how it took its toll on them as artists and stuff. Because one thing you made a point where you said hip hop even just being young, but what we're seeing is people not necessarily living to a you know, a long age and stuff. A lot of people talk about rappers dying young from various causes and stuff like that. Whereas, as you said, in different generations, you see some of these other artists and entertainers and stuff maybe living to be in their elder years and stuff like that. But it seems like for hip hop, maybe I don't know if it's a composite of different things from the lifestyle to things of that nature. But a lot of people do tend to be dying quite younger and stuff like that, which can be unfortunate. Now I know that, you know, mental health, physical health, all that stuff's kind of important, and as you said, things like that can take its toll. Just constantly battling and fighting for your rights and stuff like that. For
You know who they not doing that to? You know who they not doing that to? I can name 3 people, and it's a long line.
I know they do it to Eminem.
They not doing it to Eminem. They not doing it to Steven Tyler. They not doing it to Mick Jagger. They not doing it to the big wigs, the Phil Collins, the Bonnie Raitt, they not doing that to them. They doing it to us. And then people, I don't see how they sleeping at night, knowing that a lot of the time they're being cushioned. They not even being able to really touch their money. That's why they wealthy, because they not being able to touch their money. They not touching their money because they living off all our shit. Real talk. And smile in your face. You know what I mean? It's terrible that the record companies are like that. They're so greedy, and people is living, you working hard to fight for your shit, for your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's terrible. Like, I don't even want to get on it really too much because I start getting mad because I'm old right now and a whole bunch of money. This shit went overseas and everything. You know what I mean? It's like you have to spend a whole lot of money to even get an attorney to even fight this shit. You know what I mean? And then after a while, you know, it goes a statute of limitation. But I refuse to give in. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to give in because I don't work too hard. You know what I mean? I rather the album had not come out than to be out on something and it's big and you're not getting your snappers from it. That's terrible.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But as you said, we can definitely expand more into those kind of aspects of the industry on a later date. But definitely looking at the legacy of De La Soul, we definitely want to continually extend our condolences to Trugoy, family, his friends, his fans, all the De La Soul supporters, all the rest of the gang and stuff. Everybody hold their heads and stuff. This definitely a big loss for hip hop, but at the same time, it kind of comes in. I don't want to say a poignant time, but a time when we're celebrating and looking at the 50th anniversary and continuation. So I guess it's just quite apt because recently we lost another legend, even in Laylaw. But it's just I guess a transitional period of some of those the older, or I say that in the most respectful way, element of hip hop and stuff that is still there. But we're just coming to that point in time, as you said, a circle of life where, unfortunately, some of them are making their transition at this time.
Yeah, they say they go in threes. You know, Gangsta Boo, Laylaw, and I'm my man. Sad.
Yeah. Well, family, we're gonna wind down on this one for especially as you said when we talk about death and stuff. Or I mean, we could switch the conversation into a different topic, or if you got anything you want to let the people of or speak on.
It has me thinking. When death happens like this, I don't know about everybody else, but it has me reflecting. Like it has me thinking because at first when you're young, I don't know what it is about when you're young. You feel like you can't die. You feel like you're indestructible. Like that shit gonna happen to them. It ain't gonna happen to me. But no, contraire moon frere. That is evident. You know what I'm saying? And so it makes you start thinking about your health because health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you enjoy all the rest of your big paper and all your big money and all this type of thing that everybody wants to hold on to and hold on to a stature to identify who they are? Health ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And it can happen to anybody. It's just really, it really bases, you can be on your health, but it really seems like when it's really your time to go, it's really your time to go and your number is called. It's because of the fact that I know people who do everything, smoke, drink, everything, have sex with donkey, everything, do everything under the sun. They be living forever. And then I had a friend who was a vegetarian, smoked marijuana. That's it. He don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he pushed right on out of here. It's crazy. So it's just basically it boils down to when it's your time. It's your time. It should put more of a extra battery in your back to like I don't have time really to be playing around. I got shit to do. You know. So that's what I be on. We only got a certain amount of time, and it seemed like it used to be here today, gone tomorrow. It's here today, gone today. Real talk.
Yeah, real talk, man. It's we could only say with that, just encourage people to try and stay on top of their health and stuff the best that they can. We know it isn't easy necessarily, especially in today's modern times with so much different afflictions. But definitely, some wise words and stuff there. Just staying on top of that is definitely most important. Rest in peace to Trugoy. Hip hop will definitely be continuing to celebrate his life and legacy. I feel as though this year is going to be just quite big for hip hop in many different ways. I mean, it started off big already. I mean, with a bit of everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. We've seen the highs, we've seen lows already. We've seen, as you said, suffered pretty much three tragic losses already from Gangsta Boo and Laylaw and now Trugoy, and that's like that was a big loss for the South, a big loss for the West, and now a big loss for the East, but ultimately a big loss for hip hop and all the coast. So it's just kind of crazy when you think of it. But
I'm still not over Laylaw. I'm still not. I'm still not over Laylaw. Like I seen this funeral on YouTube, and I was just broke up. I still just can't believe it. You know what I mean? But you know, it's a circle of life. But I'm still just like, you know what I mean? And I don't be like that about nobody. But like I said, man, you know, it's a circle of life, and we all gotta go. It depends on, you know, how it is before you go. Did you feel like you served what you were supposed to serve? You know, because at the end of the day, that's what we all on this earth for. We don't think that, but that's what it is. We on this earth to serve some kind of purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, figure it out.
No doubt, man. Well, before we wind down, I know you aforementioned prior that, you know, I just want to switch it to a slightly positive note before we wind up, because it's been quite a somber episode, speaking on a lot of the, you know, the deaths and stuff. But in a more celebratory note, you aforementioned that Ice-T is going to be celebrated soon on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and stuff, which is going to be another big look for hip hop. So,
yeah, I will be out there with my dude OG. I call him my fairy godfather. You know, remarkable game, ridiculous game, stupid game. Like, you know, good person. Like, I know people who don't even have half of his notoriety, and they acting funny with the funnies, and then you get around the real celebrities and the real stars, and they ain't even acting like that. You know what I mean? And this is a person I just set up 5 o'clock in the morning, and we done been at his old crib, you know, Sunset Plaza Drive overlooking Hollywood. And I remember he had told me one time, he was like, you know, Floss, I used to be down there looking up here. Now I'm up here looking down there. He say some crazy shit, man. He say some things that make you think. If you into your psyche and into your mind and knowing how to, you know, fuck with your mind and alter your mind, he's one of those. You know what I mean? So he's just due. It's about damn time. I'm proud of him. I've been knowing him over 25 years. You know what I'm saying? And that says something. There's a lot of people that, you know, tried Ice and took his kindness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm able to still connect with him, you know. So he's a good dude, he's a good brother. And like I said, it's just due. And it's congrats to the Don Father, man. Your man Coco.
some ice cold game, man. Peace to Ice-T.